God-tier powers, pocket dimensions, ninjutsu absorption, time travel, and rods that shrink any matter. By that logic, all these Otsutsukis should easily solo Madara without breaking a sweat, right? At least that's what Boruto fans are saying all over the internet, downplaying the Uchiha in every single debate. But guys, in today's video, we're doing a different kind of matchup to clear this up once and for all. We're taking Madara, the absolute legend of the Uchiha clan, and putting him face to face with literally every relevant Otsutsuki that's shown up in the franchise. The million-dollar question is, if Madara fought the Otsutsuki one by one, how many would he beat? Drop a comment down below on who you think Madara claps and who claps him, and don't forget to give your reasons because I read all of them. The versions we're using, listen up, because this makes or breaks the battle. We're not using base Madara, nor the Edo Tensei one, or the eyeless one that got bodied by the tailed beasts. We're using absolute peak Madara from the end of Shippuden, alive, Ten-Tails, Jinchuriki, Divine Tree, absorbed, rocking both of his original Rinnegans and the Rinne Sharingan on his forehead. We're talking fully unleashed, totally unhinged Madara, who is immortal and has completely mastered the truth-seeking orbs. On the alien side, we've got the whole squad: Kinshiki, Urashiki, Tonari, both versions of Momoshiki, Kaguya, Isshiki. And as a bonus to keep up with the current lore, the gang from Two Blue Vortex. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. 1. Kinshiki Otsutsuki. Madara wouldn't even break a sweat against this Otsutsuki. It'd honestly just be a warm-up. Kinshiki is the biggest meathead and the least versatile of the clan. His main thing is just absurd brute strength and red chakra weapons. Sure, he kept up with adult Sasuke in a hand-to-hand fight taijutsu, but we're talking about Six Paths Madara, whose regeneration and durability would make Kinshiki's heaviest hits feel like tickles. In a straight-up brawl, Kinshiki would charge in like a freight train, but would run straight into a brick wall called Limbo. Madara has 4 shadows hanging out in a parallel dimension that you can only see if you have a Rinnegan and can only physically touch if you've mastered Six Paths Senjutsu. Kinshiki only has the Byakugan. He wouldn't see it, wouldn't feel it, and wouldn't be able to defend himself. If he already struggled against questionable Kages like Chojuro and Kurotsuchi, he'd be nothing but a punching bag for Madara. Easy dub using just 1 Limbo shadow while Madara stands there crossing his arms and laughing. 2. Urashiki Otsutsuki, an even faster and uglier humiliation. On paper, his abilities are completely broken. A fishing rod that steals chakra, a blue Rinnegan that skips forward a few seconds in time to predict attacks, and that weird basket. In practice, he got clapped by an out-of-control kid Naruto and a Jiraiya without Sage Mode. His goofy personality makes him underestimate his opponents, and his taijutsu is honestly pretty pathetic. Against Madara, who has practically infinite chakra reserves as the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, trying to steal chakra with a hook would be like trying to empty the ocean with a cup. Madara's truth-seeking orbs disintegrate anything without natural energy on a molecular level. Even if he spams his time travel to dodge, that drains Urashiki's own stamina. Eventually, he'd gas out, and the second that window closed, he'd get absolutely jumped by the Limbo shadows, which he can't touch or counter since he lacks Senjutsu. An effortless, crushing victory for Madara. 3. Toneri Otsutsuki. The scale of destruction levels up here. The fully awakened Tensigen let Toneri literally slice the moon in half with the Golden Wheel reincarnation explosion. Insane feat, but it's not enough to put down Six Paths Madara. The Uchiha has equivalent destructive power and planetary level durability. He tanked a kick from Might Guy with all 8 gates open a hit that literally bent space and just laughed, spit out some blood, regenerated in 3 seconds, and thanked him for the fun. A slash that cuts the moon wouldn't be the end of him because he has true immortality thanks to the Ten-Tails and Divine Tree cells. Their truth-seeking orbs would cancel each other out. But Madara is a tactical genius, forged in war since childhood, whereas Toneri lived in isolation in a castle on the moon playing with puppets. In close quarters, Madara's refined taijutsu and crazy high battle IQ would give him a massive advantage. And the absolute deal breaker, Toneri doesn't have a Rinnegan, meaning the Tensigen can't see the Limbo dimension. 4 invisible clones would just beat him down from every angle. Madara takes the win and even steals his eyes just for kicks. 4. Momoshiki Otsutsuki, base infused. Let's talk about base Momoshiki first. This guy doesn't even last a minute against Six Paths Madara. All he knew how to do was run away, pop chakra pills, absorb ninjutsu with his right hand's Rinnegan, and fire it back, amplified with his left. He got heavily pressured by Darui and Gaara, fighting with just basic sword taijutsu. If he can't handle Darui, imagine him fighting Madara, who soloed a whole battalion of the Shinobi Alliance using just his bare hands. Madara's battle IQ would figure out the absorption trick in seconds. He'd immediately stop using elemental ninjutsu and just beat base Momoshiki to a pulp with aggressive Six Paths taijutsu or his Limbo shadows. Easy win. But things change with Super Momoshiki after absorbing Kinshiki. This is where the debate gets real. He gains crazy physical stats, overwhelming speed, a more aggressive Gentle Fist, and creates a giant golem out of fire, rock, and magma. But let's look at the power scaling math. Prime Super Momoshiki got absolutely schooled by a fatigued Naruto who had half his chakra drained and a tired Sasuke who was exhausted from teleporting. Meanwhile, Madara, right after popping his third eye, held his own against Six Paths, Naruto, and Rinnegan Sasuke, both completely fresh and fully healed by Hagoromo without embarrassing himself. Any giant ninjutsu Momoshiki throws out would just get absorbed by the Predapath of Madara's two Rinnegans, completely shutting down his biggest weapon. The golem went toe-to-toe with Sasuke's Susanoo and Naruto's Kurama avatar. But Madara can summon his perfect Susanoo, fused with the thousands of wooden hands from the Buddha statue, wood style, completely nullifying the size advantage. The main factor, Momoshiki isn't immortal. He bleeds and takes damage. Madara is practically immortal in this form. Even if Momoshiki landed heavy blows, Madara would heal in an instant. As for Limbo, Momoshiki has a Rinnegan, so he would see the shadows point for him, but he doesn't have Six Paths Senjutsu, meaning he wouldn't be able to touch or physically damage them. He'd just watch his own death coming without being able to stop it. A slow, inevitable massacre. Madara wins. 5. Kaguya Otsutsuki. Here's where the alien mom finally slams the brakes on Madara's hype train. It's true that Madara was smarter, more tactical, and way more skilled on the battlefield. Kaguya had almost zero battle sense. She was super passive and totally relied on Black Zetsu whispering in her ear from her sleeve. But in sheer raw power, destructive scale, and hacks, she's in an untouchable tier. She's got Ameno Minaka. She can instantly shift the space-time dimension around her without casting a jutsu, dragging everyone with her. She could drop Madara into a dimension filled with lava, corrosive acid, or super high gravity. Sure, he flies and can dodge easily, but then comes her ultimate move, the all-killing ash bones. If even the tiny tip of one of those bones grazes Madara's flesh, it's a pure one-shot. The Ten-Tails regeneration won't save him. He'll rot and crumble to dust at an atomic level, just like Obito did. Plus, Kaguya is genuinely immortal by nature, and Madara, even with Six Paths, does not have the sun and moon seals on his palms to use the Six Paths. Chibaku Tensei, the specific seal that Hagoromo's spirit only gave to Naruto and Sasuke. Madara could fight her evenly, give her a really hard time, dodge with Limbo, and drag the fight out for days thanks to his massive IQ. But it'd be a losing battle of attrition since he has zero ways to actually finish off and seal Kaguya. Eventually, he'd make a micro mistake, catch a bone to the chest, and turn into cosmic dust. First L on the list, Kaguya takes the win. 6. Isshiki Otsutsuki. Hate to break it to you, but Isshiki is that guy. He hits harder than a tailed beast bomb, and his visual prowess, Jutsu, is the most broken thing in the entire franchise. Sukunahe Kona, which instantly shrinks any inanimate matter or jutsu without hand signs, and Daikoku Ten, which summons heavy objects from a dimension where time stands still. He shoots rods at your neck in milliseconds, so fast that not even adult Sasuke's adapted Rinnegan could track them. Against him, Madara would take the absolute worst physical beating of his life. Isshiki humiliated Baryon Mode Naruto and wiped the floor with adult Sasuke, shattering his perfect Susanoo with a single flying kick. Madara's truth-seeking orbs would be totally useless. Isshiki would just pop Sukunahi Kona to shrink and store them away. And what about Limbo? Since he lacks a Rinnegan and Six Paths Senjutsu, in theory, Isshiki shouldn't be able to see or feel the clones. But his perception, speed, and reflexes are so far off the charts that he'd just tank the invisible hits and strike back, impaling Madara with chakra rods in his vitals, neck, and brain. Since Madara is practically immortal, he wouldn't die instantly. He'd just be pinned to the ground, healing and thanking him for the fun. But Isshiki is purely pragmatic. The second he realizes the Uchiha won't die from physical damage, he'd shrink the rods already inside him and activate Daikokuten, trapping Madara's immortal body inside a sealed, timeless, oxygenless dimension, leaving him floating in an endless black void forever. A bitter but absolutely crushing and calculated win for Isshiki. Bonus, the Shinju from Two Blue Vortex, Yura, Hidari, Matsuri, Mamushi. These are the conscious incarnations of the Divine Tree, the last pieces of Code's Ten-Tails, who gained sentience and bodies after eating ninjas like Sasuke and Moegi. But the power dynamic is totally flipped here. Three-Eyed Madara was the absolute host, the Jinchuriki vessel of the Ten-Tails, while the Shinju are just confused fragments of chakra trying to figure out their own existence. Madara's Rinne Sharingan is literally the master key that dominates and completely breaks the will of the Divine Tree. Jura, their leader, fires condensed, tailed beast bombs from his eyes and has crazy physical strength, but Madara can just drain and absorb nature energy with his Rinnegan and wood style. Plus, his 4 Limbo Shadows paired with the truth-seeking orbs would shut down any attack. Finishing them off would honestly just be a spiritual repo job. Recognizing their chakra as his own fragmented power, Madara would just raise his hands and absorb all 4 Shinju back into his body. It would be the exact same cold, instant way he sucked up the entire Divine Tree during the climax of Shippuden. He solos them with a smile on his face, no blood spilled, no headache. Conclusion. Six-Path Madara mops the floor with Kinshiki, humiliates Urashiki, wrecks Toneri, puts the fear of God into both versions of Momoshiki, and effortlessly absorbs the TBV Shinju. The scale only tips against him in two scenarios. Against Kaguya, because he lacks the Sun and Moon seals needed to actually finish the job, and against Isshiki, due to the combo of Daikokuten's inescapable trap and the bald guy's insane gap in raw physical power. Other than that, canon facts confirm it. This Madara is a completely unparalleled legend, even among gods. So, what about you guys? Do you agree with this scoreboard, or do you think Madara had some trick up his sleeve to turn the tables on Isshiki? Leave your fact-based, manga-backed opinions in the comments I read and reply to everyone. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, click on one of the videos popping up on screen to keep binge watching. Remember, I'm Shoyo, and I'm out.